So, guerrilla ontology was a term coined by Robert Anton Wilson, originally as a way of dealing with people who hold certain extreme worldviews or have very strong opinions about something. And it's a way of kind of challenging their reality, really. And it works by basically just bombarding people with different viewpoints and ideas which can seemingly contradict one another, and this is designed to confuse people and to kind of keep them second guessing as to what the underlying truth or reality of your own position is. Now, I don't really know too much about Robert Anton Wilson's practical use of this guerrilla ontology, because I've not really read his book, but I really like the general idea, the general understanding of it, and I think it's a very cool term to use to describe how I tend to go about quite a lot of my discussions and interactions that I have. I mean, especially here on YouTube, just as an example. And so, I find that I tend to sort of use this method um, a lot to gain knowledge and information and data and just knowledge and understanding about a particular subject. Um, so if, for example, I'm having a conversation with somebody, I find it incredibly boring to just agree with them. Um, so what I'd, or because you see, when you agree with someone, you're not actually learning anything by agreeing with them. You're just kind of saying, yes, I agree with you. And you might have a conversation saying how much you agree with each other, but neither of the two sides actually learns anything. And so yeah, I find that I quite often engage in these types of debates with people and these types of arguments with people from the other side. From, like, if I have a particular viewpoint about something and the other person in the conversation just so happens to agree with me, then sometimes I will disagree with them and come up with arguments against them or against their position. Um, and I do this so that I can find a way, or try and find something new, to try and learn something and perhaps try and gain more knowledge and understanding about a particular subject. Now, obviously, obviously sometimes people don't understand this, and some people can get really defensive about it and think that I'm somehow attacking their character or something just because I'm disagreeing with them. But overall, I find it's a really good way of gaining new information, and it's a good way of learning something new. Um, it's just like gaining more and more ideas for your knowledge arsenal, I suppose you could call it. Um, so yeah, as I said, I tend to do this quite often, and including here on YouTube on some of my YouTube videos. I have done this. I've argued from certain positions and argued certain points of view which I didn't necessarily hold or believe myself, but I've done that so that I can try and engage with people and get a reaction from them, and perhaps maybe learn something new about the subject. I mean, this whole way of debating could just be an INTP thing, because I've read that INTPs tend to sit on the fence. They don't particularly like revealing any particularly strong viewpoints. They like to sit on the fence and just kind of watch what happens and sort of learn more about the situation. They don't want to commit to anything. So yeah, I really like this term, guerrilla ontology. I think it's a great way to describe this sort of dialogue, and I find it can be extremely interesting to kind of go out of your way to disagree with somebody who has a really strong and different worldview. And But yeah, I find that it can be very rewarding in the information and knowledge that can be gained by doing this, by disagreeing with people and questioning people and questioning people's beliefs and their viewpoints. And so, yeah, I mean, you might as well try it, and we might as well try, or at least try to change their worldview, because you never know, we might learn something. So, it's definitely something that I'd recommend that people try if you don't do it already. It can be great fun.